गुड मॉर्निंग, अनदर डे इन मणिपुर डेयरीज। वैसे तो थंबनेल देख के पता लगी गया हम लोग कहाँ जा रहे हैं, क्या करने जा रहे हैं, बट कम ऑन लेट्स सी व्हाट वी कैन डू। बट सुबह सुबह ना आज बहुत तेज़ बारिश हो रही थी, तो मुझे देख के लगा कि शायद आज पॉसिबल होगा, क्योंकि यू नो आफ्टर ऑल देयर लॉट ऑफ लेंस एंड थिंग्स बिहाइंड इट। बट नाउ इट्स सनी अगेन एंड कम लेट्स सी। सो उसके बाद डायरेक्ट सर को मिल गए हम लोग एंड अभी कहीं तो जा रहे हैं। सो लेट्स आस्क सर, कहाँ जा रहे हैं सर अभी?
Abhi we are heading towards Loktak Lake, and probably we'll be going to Kebulamjo National Park also. Or then we'll come back and go to some reserve forest area.
Like this is going to be an amazing story because my first time I'm also traveling with an IFS officer. Moreover that, sir, मैं ये जगह देख रहा हूँ. You all can see in the video that full of mountains and villages. इसके पीछे भी एक कहानी है, अगर आप बता सकते हो.
This particular on the right of your this one, you can see there is Churachandpur Kopum protected forest. This is protected forest way back. It is declared way back in 1960s, and it comes under partly Bishnupur division as well as Churachandpur division. And here, if you see, a lot of settlements are there. This basically we are traveling in Bishnupur district. But the settlements, once the foothill is crossed, the settlements are either they are from Senapati or Gangpopi district. That is a unique feature of Manipur, where this particularly I want to talk about this Gangpopi district. Gangpopi district is spread over more than 8 districts. It's a small hamlets, which is people moved out from Gangpopi and settled somewhere in any district.
Villages in the mountains, right?
Yeah, those villages are particularly the Gangpopi district is not geographically contagious, but these hamlets, so-called hamlets and villages, they are coming under the jurisdiction of Gangpopi district. This particular Bishnupur administration, or say Churachandpur district administration, does not have any control over these villages.
So these are basically run by the village chiefs and people heads.
Yeah. Basically, in Kuki community, the control of the land lies with the village chief only, and the subjects have very little control, and they are more or less a tenant. And anytime if they are like kind of a little rubbing against the village chief, they can be moved out of the village. So that hierarchy is there. So they always respect the village chief as godfather. So anybody kind of having different opinion than the village chief, they'll be kind of pushed off to the boundaries.
So आप जैसे बता रहे थे, there are also forests related to this. So what is the role of as an officer, or what the forest department is doing in this place?
See, it's a protected forest in which the rights are not settled completely. So the main difference between reserve forest and protected forest is that in reserve forest the rights are settled. In protected forest the rights are not settled. So until the point the rights are not settled, they are prohibited from doing certain activities like zooming, felling of trees, and opening it for mining or quarrying. So those activities are banned. So within that constraints, whatever best we can do for the benefit of the villages, we do, like soil moisture conservation works. कहीं वो पानी का issue हो रहा है तो water reservoir बना दिया, and then we take up many plantation also. Now you see in the right, you could see the plantations. It's maybe around 5 years, 6 years पुराना plantation है, और बहुत अच्छा plantation भी है. It is done under, I think, one project called STAP. It's Loktak Catchment Area project. Way back in 2010, 2011. So ultimately it benefits the people. But when it comes to protected forest, yes, there are issues like village chief trying to kind of garner control over the land. But ultimately we tell them it is a protected forest, so you have a limited scope, we also have a limited scope. We understand that until the time the rights are settled, let us have an understanding, kind of a memorandum of understanding that we will not kind of disturb you from your routine activities, and we will try to help you in certain activities like afforestation or soil moisture conservation and other works.
That's basically a collaboration game goes on.
Yeah, exactly. And even in the reserve forest sometimes it's little unique here. The management of reserve forest Normally reservoirs are a no-go area in other states, but in Manipur, like because the land is so precious and land is kind of a very disputable entity, so people have this one. Even the reservoirs, people claim a lot of land, even though the rights are settled long back. Hundreds of years the rights are settled, but still people come back and claim that it is their own land. But somehow we able to have an upper hand in terms of reserve forests, but in terms of protected forests we have play a collaboration game.
तो चलो अभी ज़्यादा बातें नहीं, लेट्स you all see the views and we will be seeing you on Loktak. Bye. तो सुबह से जिस चीज़ की इंतज़ार था वो चीज़ अभी होने वाला है. सर के साथ वी आर गोइंग टू दिस बोटिंग फैसिलिटीज़ इन लोकतक लेक. कम लेट्स सी हाउ इट इज़ द फीलिंग. सर तो ये पूरा लाइक देख के जो लग रहा है इट्स टोटली अ देसी स्टाइल लाइक वी आर गोइंग थ्रू.
Yeah. This sometimes like local innovativeness. You see, they form the boats through drums and all. And this is a form of society which is running under the supervision of Loktak Development Authority.
Okay.
And I think they are saying that these boats are run by the society and they will earn some revenue out of it.
Do you feel like what is the point of view of a tourism here right now? What's your take on it?
Loktak is the only attractive place, I would say, in Manipur. Whoever comes to Manipur, they come to Manipur, they come to Loktak.
Okay.
And other than Loktak, there are a lot of places, but they don't know much about other thing. But they have a good idea for Loktak. Whoever comes to Manipur, they will first come to Loktak. And that way, like, yes, tourism is there, but because of Corona, because of the pandemic, it has come down a little bit. And now it was closed also, and I think they slowly starting up.
तो सर आप अगर इसके बारे में कुछ बता सकते हो लोकतक लेक के बारे में एंड फुमदीज एंड द थिंग्स गोइंग ऑन ओवर हियर.
Loktak Lake, it's a very big lake. Basically, the entire it's a catchment area again. The entire river drains into this Loktak Lake. So it's kind of a central. It is 250 square kilometer area. It's quite a huge landscape as such. And the entire rivers drain into this Loktak Lake. From this Loktak Lake, then it goes out as a Manipur river. From the downstream on the south, it goes to the Manipur river and goes to the Chinwin region. This particular lake is like ecologically very fragile. Though it is 250 square kilometers, there are a lot of encroachments which you could see on the way. People have fragmented this with roads cutting across. And again, if you see a lot of fishing ponds being made by fragmenting into this. So earlier what happened is like there are a lot of fishes which used to be available. And after the construction of Itai barrage, which is on the down south of this, the fishes which flow from down south from the Irrawaddy or Chinwin basin, it never comes up. So ecologically, yes, because of the Loktak project also, the power project which I was telling, the level of the Loktak was maintained at say 2 meter or 3 meter always. So when it is always maintained, the fumdis which is floating, which you have seen in the Kaibul Lamjo, that also don't get to go down and get enriched and come back. तो ऑलवेज इट कीप्स ऑन फ्लोटिंग. सो वो उसका जो रेजुवनेशन का जो समय है वो मिलता नहीं है. दैट इज़ ऑल्सो वन इशू विच वी सी लोकटक में जो फुमडी का इशू होता है. बट दिस लोकटक डेवलपमेंट अथॉरिटी पर्टिकुलरली व्हेन दे वांट टू प्रमोट टूरिज्म, दे रिमूव दिस फुमडीज बेसिकली. They remove this fundi so that you get a proper lake to kind of have such kind of boating and all. So that is their main activity.
So is this water like capable of for drinking purpose also?
Yeah, some in Bishnupur district they drink, but after treating only, because the issue here is like the, as I told, it is the entered Manipur ka pura drainage area ye hai. So the wherever they practice huge with huge fertilizer and all, agriculture practices with huge intensive fertilizer they use, all this fertilizer leaches away to this lake only. So it is not as such, it is not completely fresh water. This issue of pollution is there, but again if you treat it properly, it is drinkable, it is potable.
So sir, बहुत लोगों के ये भी सवाल होता है and they also feel that being an IFS officer that you all get the opportunity to be close to the nature very much. Like आज मैं पूरे दिन आपके साथ जब travel कर रहा हूँ, I can see also the Manipur very in an interesting way. Like if we talk about Fumdis, like कितना अच्छा चीज़ है, like it doesn't feel that it's floating in the water. I even jumped on it. So what's your quote on it, like your prospects and how does it feel to be an officer?
Exactly, being an Indian Forest Service officer, you always it's very relatable, I would say, that many people read on paper कि Fumdis होता है, Loktak, it's a floating national park and all this. But when you closely work with the nature, you get to know the scientific basis of that. कि Fumdi क्या है, क्या चीज़ होता है, नहीं है, and then what kind of environmental ecological issues are there to address those kind of issues. That is also we get to learn by closely relating to the nature. So second thing is that you also come to know ki what are the ecological threats, because these are fragile landscape, as you're telling. Loktak itself is a fragile landscape, and again secondly Kebul Lamjoo National Park also. Many times the Sangai is which is called as a dancing deer. It depends upon this very fragile landscape. अगर ये थोड़ा सा defragmentation मतलब fragmentation हो गया, थोड़ा सा disintegrate हो गया, then this entire landscape will fail as a habitat for that particular animal. So the forest officers, particularly the director of national park and all, they keep a good vigil on it. Apart from this, we enjoy as a forest service officer being very close to nature, enjoying the breeze and all those things. Yes, but along with that comes the greater responsibility to conserve it and kind of to sustainably protect it for the future generation to enjoy also.
बट मैंने पर्सनली जब आपके साथ घूम रहा था, मैंने आई हैव सीन वन थिंग अबाउट यू, यू आर वेरी टेक्निकली स्मार्ट. लाइक यू हैव शोन मी दैट देयर व्हाट आर द प्रॉस्पेक्ट्स बीन इन योर प्रोफेशन ऑफ अ ड्रोन, एंड यू ऑल्सो टोल्ड मी कि आप सारे आपके डिपार्टमेंट्स के लोगों को भी सिखा के रख रहे हो. व्हाट योर टेक ऑन दिस कि टेक्नोलॉजी इतने फास्ट हो रहे हैं एंड यू आर यूटिलाइजिंग इट इन अ गुड वे, सो हाउ डू यू लुक इनटू इट?
Technology is very much essential, be it forest department or police department or administration or any other subsidiary departments. It's very important for the fact that without technology, with technology things become easier for you, particularly for us where you don't get network and all these things. You are working in a remote area and all. When you have to monitor a piece of land, a particular landscape for its conservation, or say for wildlife management or forestry management, or you just need to monitor about the activities of the forest department like plantation, afforestation, all these things, it becomes very handy. Particularly flying a drone across the landscape, you can get to know कि कैसे काम हुआ, क्या काम हुआ या नहीं, and what is the quantity of work is been done. So it comes a bit handy. And administratively speaking, this technology will help you in managing your resources properly. Ultimately, you need to manage your resources, whether it is forest or say the human power which is running, which is safeguarding the forest. अगर ये भी बोल सकते हैं कि अगर majorly we have been trained to trek a lot. हमको ट्रैक करना हमारा सर्विस में भी 25 किलोमीटर का वो होता ही है कि आपको पता है दैट मैंडेटरी टेस्ट इज देयर. आफ्टर कमिंग टू फॉरेस्ट वी ट्रैक ऑल्सो अ लॉट, बट स्टिल विथ टेक्नोलॉजी आपको जो स्किल है और बढ़ जाता है, मतलब और उसको आपको मतलब साइड बाई साइड आप टेक्नोलॉजी लेके चलते हैं, देन इट विल बी मोर सस्टेनेबल वे ऑफ प्रोटेक्टिंग द फॉरेस्ट.
सर इस जगह पे लाइक आई थिंक भी देयर आर डिफरेंट सॉर्ट ऑफ ट्राइब्स, तो लाइक इफ़ यू कैन डिस्क्राइब कैसे कैसे लोग इधर पे अभी लाइक सर्वाइवल हियर एंड व्हाट्स देयर ऑक्यूपेशन बेसिकली.
In Manipur, there are 832 dialects spoken, and tribes there are 36 tribes. 36. That's why we call it as mini India. Or sometimes in a district like Churachandpur, we call it as mini Manipur. In Churachandpur itself, there will be around 15 or 14 tribes. That is the dynamics of the state, basically. As I was telling all throughout, majorly classified as Naga, Kuki, and Meitei. Meitei is a dominant community. 60% of the population belong to Meitei community, and they occupy only 10% of the landscape. Remaining 90% of the land is occupied by the tribal communities, particularly Nagas and Kukis. And again, within Kukis also, if you see, there is a classification of Kuki, Mizo, Chin. And Chin is nothing but like those people come from Myanmar, from the Kachin district. And within Kuki also there is a major classification is Kuki and Paite, and within Paite there is a lot of classification Gangte, Simte, Samte, Guite, and this is there always, and they have their own cultural identity and tradition and customs. Every different tribe has their own thing. Particularly if you see Naga, they have a different culture. Kuki, they have a different culture. Within the Kuki there are a lot of again, and in Naga also there is some faction called Zailangrong, the Rongmei, Longmei, all these people, they also have a different culture. They exhibit different culture. That is how this Manipur is so diverse state, and again, unity in diversity is what we want to achieve here, basically. And the primary occupation of these people is that primarily agriculture, zooming, shifting cultivation, fishing. If you see in the valley area, they do a lot of fishing, but in the hilly areas they do not have that opportunity for fishing. But in the valley areas, main occupation is fishing and agriculture. खेती बहुत करते हैं. Then in the hill areas, mostly agriculture and shifting cultivation only. Now people are moving towards poppy cultivation also, which is a big threat to the socio-cultural dynamics here, because it is economically also speaking, health wise also, and ecological point of view also, a lot of forests being degraded and all, and we need to somehow arrest that poppy people turning into poppy cultivation. Yes, but otherwise primary industry only. It's not we are not moved on to the secondary industry where there are a lot of industries जहाँ पे ज़्यादा employment होता है. वैसा नहीं है मणिपुर.
Sir, I think like other profession, bureaucratic profession mainly, like IAS, IPS, आप लोग के profession भी also you all go through a lot of trade call, raids and stuffs like this. I would request you if you can share अगर आपका कोई ऐसा कहानी अगर आप बता सकते हैं.
Yeah, हमारा सर्विस भी ज़्यादा political हो गया है आजकल. It's all about administrative thing only. And to quote many, like, yeah, this is my 8th posting as such. A lot of dynamics behind things. And one such situation is when I was DFO Taubal, just when it was my first territorial posting. I had climate change desk posting, 2 postings before that. It was my first territorial posting. I was just having few bunch of forest guards behind me in my gypsy and was going to arrest the mining. What happened is that all of a sudden people came out bursting, and people tried to kind of pull the JCBs and excavators over me, and so थोड़ा सा मतलब बाल बचा. तो yeah, being new to the field also, I have not done the background properly, the background checks properly, what exactly these people are capable of and all these things. Then they created a mob out of nowhere. Around 30, 40, 60 people came out. And similar instances happened when I was in DFO Churachandpur also, when I was escorting a timber truck. Again, some 140, 150 people came with all sickle in hands and pura. I was just one man, but I was very much sure. That time, first time I was a little less experienced. The DFO Churachandpur is my last but one posting. So that time I was knowing exactly what to do. Then I stood single-handedly. Nobody was there. I told my forest guards to go away out of this place. I stood there and I negotiated with the people. I told them there are certain laws and regulations. I made them understand that if your guys are not able to take proper permission from the department for carrying timber and all, we cannot help it. Either you come to my office, we'll sit together and talk. But that time also I somehow managed to escape that kind of a mob. Here in Manipur there's a mob mentality people form mob in no hours, no time. So I say both are experience here. These two experiences are like where I had to face a lot of people up front.
आई थिंक बहुत लोगों को ना ब्यूरोक्रेटिक प्रोफेशन की सिर्फ पर्क्स दिखाई देता है, लाइक गाड़ी बंगलो एंड फैसिलिटीज़, बट जैसे आप बता रहे थे देयर इज अ ह्यूज रोल प्ले ऑफ टेकिंग द प्रेशर, लाइक जैसे थ्रेड्स ये सब अभी तो आप हंसी मजाक में बोल रहे हो बिकॉज यू आर यूज टू इट, यू नो हाउ टू हैंडल सिचुएशंस. व्हाट यू गोना से टू दोज एस्पिरेंट्स और अपकमिंग people, those who want to be a bureaucrat in futures, that how to handle pressures personally, professionally?
See, with power comes responsibility. So without responsibility, having absolute power is, it's very textbook stuff. With power comes responsibility. You need to act responsibly also. Yes, power is there. You have the perks of being a bureaucrat, IAS, IPS or IFS, whatever you have a lot of perks. That is always there. But you have to come across a lot of pressure, particularly political pressure. But when it comes to forests, say quarrying, mining, or say timber mafia, all this stuff, they are always there. These persistent threats are always there. But what I would suggest to the budding aspirants is that when you're coming, settle down. You have to learn. You need to see the dynamics. You need to understand stuffs, and then slowly take action. For example, ऐसा आया कि मैं IAS IPS करके मैंने फोर्स में वो एक्शन ले लिया, देन बाद में पता चला you are into troubles. You are in the troubled waters. Don't do that. First observe, particularly during your probation period, observe a lot, observe the dynamics, observe the politics, and then try to cope up with the culture also, and try to learn a lot of things. Then your answers are already there in your surroundings. अब देख के सीखेंगे, then it will become very easy cakewalk once you go along with the community.
So do you personally feel profession चाहे कुछ भी हो, it's all about the time and how you portray yourself that makes someone successful?
Yeah, exactly. Ultimately, I would say one thing: wherever you are, whenever you go, after your probation time is over, once you're given posting, build a reputation. The reputation will save you. Whether you build a good reputation or bad reputation, the reputation goes before you. If you build a good reputation, even if you think also, you cannot change the reputation. So you give a good officer, firebrand officer or whatever you are, you will stay that way only the entire life. If you are becoming like so corrupt and official and all, then that is kind of a reputation which you kind of put in the first years, and it will carry you in the lifelong thing. So build a reputation, create a positive atmosphere to work in, and then things will take you.
So देखते रहो. अभी हम लोग we are done with some of snacks here and we will be going to somewhere else. Come, let's see. After an amazing ride, sir, what we are heading towards right now?
This is a kind of a homestay and rest house in between the Loktak we have, and we'll go and have some tea. Come.
So people can like stay here also?
There are provisions, but again, it's kind of it's up to the LD to comment on. There is some encroachment issues also. But yes, it's going on, but it is not so legal.
Sir, so being one of the senior official, I want to ask you, in your profession, there's also a role place of leadership, because to get the work out done at the end of the day. So how do you look into it, this leadership?
It's always a challenge being a leader, because you need to lead from the front and people learn from you. You need to set an example. You have the moral responsibility to set up an example for the people down below to follow also. It's not something like a leader enjoys all the fruits and kind of leads from behind. You need to lead from behind. What I mean is like you need to lead from behind, and for example, like whether it be in enforcement or whatever issue is it is if the DFO takes a call, yes, हमको ये करना है, then definitely the forest guard or the lowermost staff also will follow suit. Otherwise, if we think that like we are an officer, we should not be able to. Always, wherever I have been posted, I have been looking into this fact that my staff beneath, they should gain motivation from us, and whether it is in means of capacity building or moral boosting. Main thing is like unka majority are new foresters, new forest guards, and particularly in Manipur, this issue which I already told you, that enforcement in Manipur was very less limited. So wherever I join, in all my past experience, I put in efforts to just morally boost their energy and see if a DFO can आपके साथ खड़ा हो रहा है तो आप कर सकते हैं. तो पहले ये होता था कि कोई क्वारी से गाड़ी निकल रहा है, कुछ इलीगल चीज़ से चल रहा था, तो उनको रोकने में उनका थोड़ा सा वो होता, हेजिटेंट होते थे. when a DFO comes and stand behind them, तुम करो, तो ये करते ही है. तो लीडरशिप इज़ नथिंग अबाउट स्टैंड बिहाइंड, पुश देम एंड काइंड ऑफ लीड फ्रॉम द फ्रंट.
So behind leadership, there is also another thing which plays like being an central level officer. आप लोग पैदा कहीं पे और होते हो, like you are born and brought up as something else and you were a character of totally different place. Like I know you were brought up in Tamil Nadu and now you are working in Manipur. Different culture, different लोग, different mentality. और ज़्यादातर आप लोगों के काम होता है इसी स्टेट के लोगों के साथ और इसी स्टेट के ऑफिसर्स. हाउ डू यू सी दैट और हाउ डू यू रीड दैट मेंटालिटी टू connect the right point?
Exactly, it's a right question. It's a proper question which I wanted to answer to also. Thing is that first thing is you should have a belongingness to the state. जो भी ऑफिसर्स आते हैं वो बाहर का अलग कल्चर होता है, यहाँ का अलग कल्चर होता है. पहले इसका संस्कार को यू रीड इट प्रॉपरली एंड देन यू सी हाउ व्हाट द वर्क कल्चर, व्हाट द कल्चर बेसिकली वेदर इन एंड आउट ऑफ द इन एंड आउट ऑफ द ऑफिस. ना यू नीड टू सी कि उनका कल्चर क्या है, पहले उसको ऑब्जर्व करो एंड देन व्हेन यू नीड टू लीड फ्रॉम द फ्रंट, यू नीड टू लर्न द लोकल लैंग्वेज ऑल्सो, बिकॉज अगर लोकल लैंग्वेज आपको आता नहीं है तो इट्स वेरी.
I have seen you like you have learned the language so fluently.
Not so fluently, but I can manage to command. अगर आपको लोकल लैंग्वेज का कमांड नहीं होता तो फिर वो फॉलो नहीं कर पाते. एंड व्हेन यू स्पीक द लोकल लैंग्वेज, उनको भी लगता है यार ऑफिसर हमारा मणिपुरी लैंग्वेज बोलते हैं या कोई ट्राइबल का लैंग्वेज बोलता है, तो देन दे कनेक्ट ईजिली. तो देन द लीडरशिप बिकम्स वेरी ईजी ऑल्सो समटाइम्स टू कम्युनिकेट ऑल्सो. एंड कि अब बिना बोले वो कर लेंगे, अरे ये तो हमारे ऑफिसर है करके ना, वो फीलिंग आ जाता है उनका. दैट हेल्प्स अ लॉट.
So it was an amazing day. अभी तो ख़त्म नहीं हुआ. Thank you so much sir for this amazing ride.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So चलो आप लोग अभी देखते रहो. We are heading somewhere. But I should request all the people, those who are watching it, कि if you are traveling to Manipur, please definitely come to this place. एक अलग ही vibe है, एक अलग ही मज़ा है. Enjoy it. See you soon.